Welcome to EAC Speaks, the podcast where we dive deep into the movement to end the HIV epidemic right here in the heart of the South, Arkansas. I'm your host, Eddie Wiley, and together we're going to explore the stories, insights, and passion that fuels engaging Arkansas community's mission. Join us on this journey as we unite voices and take meaningful steps toward a world free of HIV stigma. Now, get ready for a conversation that matters. This is EAC Speaks. Hello, out there in podcast land, and welcome back to EAC Speaks, where we explore stories and perspectives that shape our community. Today, I'm honored to sit down with an extraordinary guest, someone whose life experiences speak to the resilience, the love, and pride within the LGBTQ plus community, particularly the Black queer community. Joining us today is Kyra Bonet St, Cassadine, a proud Black trans woman and mother of my beautiful Black gay family. She's not only navigating her own journey, but also providing love, guidance, and support for her chosen family, creating a powerful legacy of strength, unity, and unconditional love. We're going to talk about her personal journey, the joys and challenges of raising a queer family, and the importance of visibility and support for Black, trans, and queer individuals. So let's dive in. Hello and welcome to EA Speaks, Kyra.
Hello, Eddie. How are you today?
I'm
Or are
feeling.
you Kelly today? Or a little of both?
I'm giving you a little both, a little Kelly Cassadine, a little Eddie today.
Right.
So, Kyra, tell
Okay.
the listeners and viewers a little bit about yourself.
Uh, of course, as Eddie said, I am Kyra. I have a lot of last names within my gay family. I am Kyra Bonet St. James Cassadine. I have been a gay mother for years. I've been a gay mother, a part of this community for over 30 years now. I have been a trans woman over 30 years. So I have been deeply involved in the gay community for several years, both as just an individual, as a gay parent, and now as an executive director of a nonprofit here within Memphis called TON.
Yes, congratulations, executive director, founder, all of the things.
Yes, all because of you.
It's really interesting, Kyra and I's relationship. We met when I co-founded the Headliners back in what 20. We met before, but we got closer around 2014, 2015. And it's been nonstop
Yeah,
since. It's 10 years like in the game.
right. Just
You're
think
getting up
10
there.
years for Trans Girls Rock.
You're getting up
We
there.
right there with the camera. No, you are.
So tell us, what does being a gay mother mean to you, and how does that role play out in your daily life?
Uh, being being a gay mother, a lot of times I take out the word gay. I'm simply a mother because a lot of times I have to give compassion, love, and guidance to people who did not get that starting from their regular home life and to get them to be adapted to the gay life. Because a lot of times within our own community, we are hard on our own people, and we set so many roles of how you should be within this lifestyle, how you should look within this lifestyle, and what should happen. And if you don't know how to properly navigate through it, you can either get swallowed up, abused, get to substance abuse, or a lot of people have depression. So you need someone that's understanding within the community that can talk you through situations. And a lot of time you have to have that motherly bond because to tell people your personal business is a lot. Especially it depends on the level of trust because without trust, you can't really talk to people. So most of my time is I'm a listener for my kids, and they do know what I give back: blunt, honest, straight truth, uncut. So, like I said, with me, it's all about just nurturing individuals within our community.
Absolutely. I love that. And you've always been, out of all my siblings, they always talk about the support and listening ear and stern feedback that you give. So let's start at the basics. Let's start at the basics. For people who may not know what a gay family means, talk about the meaning of a gay family within the Black LGBTQ plus community, and how that significance or how significant it is to you.
Um, Within our black community, as some may know, some may not know, a lot of times with your biological family, once they discover or you're outed, or you actually tell them that you are part of the gay community, they out you. So you have no one to turn to at times of need, and that is where your gay family comes in. It's just like your biological family, and sometimes even better than your biological family because the closeness of bonds are across the table. You come in contact with people within your family that you may never think that you could ever talk to or meet, and everyone welcomes you in. Let me not say everyone, because some of my kids can be kind of harsh at times, it included, but it's a loving group. You think of it as your family reunion every time you see these people, and it's something that is much needed. A lot of times, some people have gotten in families or have heard some trauma situation within gay families. Every gay family is different. That's why I tell people you have to know what you are looking for. It's just like having a job interview. You have to know what do you want to do and what you are looking for. Because, like I said, I'm a stern gay parent, so a lot of people may not want a parent like me. But the importance of a gay family is so you can always have some kind of connection with yourself and people like you.
That community means a lot. I remember not knowing a lot of gay people or LGBTQ plus queer people when I was growing up. And so I come from West Memphis, a very small city, and even in the early 2000s, that wasn't something that you frequently saw. And let alone a trans person. And so I think it was really important for me to find a gay family and really learn about the ins and outs. So I've my first gay family was in Arkansas, and we're still in contact to this day. So it's evolutions to the families as well. So like you said, you have a lot of last names, but that also comes with compounding factors, right? So it may be just your average everyday gay family. It may be a drag, or it may be a name, it may be a house involved. It could be a multitude of reasons. So let's talk
Right.
about your legacy. What's the legacy that was laid and down and passed on to you? Because we know you come from heavy hitters.
Yes, I do. I can honestly say that my lineage is very profound within the gay community, especially with trans women. My grandmother herself, the late Santana T. Summers, she instilled in me more of what it was about to be a trans woman. She made sure that I knew before I transitioned to make sure I was doing it for myself, not for the stage, not for the limelight. Make sure that you are doing this for you, because once the lights go off and you step off that stage, you are looking in that mirror, and everything that you do is within yourself. Um, then, of course, I got down to my mom, Tanisha Cassadine. Tanisha was the kind of person where confidence is key. No matter what, you never take anybody as a threat. You are always just as good as anybody in the world. You go anywhere you want to. You demand respect. Don't hide yourself. Be yourself 100% of the time. Um, so I came from strong black trans women who knew who they were. They had some ups and downs and they had some hardships, but they learned from every hardship. So I knew, being a trans woman in the South, that no matter what, if I kept myself focused, anything that I looked for going forward, I could always get. Just like I can say, when I first met Kelly, I would have never thought Kelly would have existed, because I met, like Eddie said, a little country boy from West Memphis who was quiet and very demure. And now look, one of the most outspoken people you may know. And I can say that he jumps into every situation just like I see myself, how Tanisha did, full fledged, don't care what nobody else thinks, does your best, and you make it from 0 to 100 in an hour if needed.
I love that. And that's really been the biggest lesson. Like you said, that confidence, that self awareness. Because I remember when I met you, I was less vocal and less verbal about things. So headliners really put me in that space of believing in myself. And so I will say I had a tribe around me. So you, Andrea Stubbs, Brooke, there were a few women who actually kind of catapulted my ass into like advocacy more so than anything. So I had no choice because I knew the people who believed in me, and I knew the folks who actually instilled those things in me. They were looking, and so I had to. There's no choice. But thank you for that. Now, what I want to know is, as a Black trans woman who came from such a powerful lineage, how does that identity intersect with your role as a mother in a gay family?
Um, for me personally, it's one of the things that I feel like I have to be grounded, because at the end of the day, what I do can reflect on you also. A lot of people always say what your kids do reflects on you. No, I look at the world as a different. I look at it as backwards. What I do reflects on my kids. I want to make sure that whenever my kids hear my name, it's always a positive situation behind it, or it's something that someone was encouraged from. I look at it as every time you bring someone around, they should be happy to meet me. They should be um, overwhelmed. They should feel love automatically, no matter what. They should hear good stories, because I know how important that was to me to be able to take people to Tanisha and let them know, oh, she may be this world renowned superstar in our community, but she was still go in the kitchen, cook, run around Family Dollar for 3 hours, cuss you out at time, get into a scuffle. But at the end of the day, she was the epitome of love. She embodied love. She embodied courage. So I want people to look at that for me. I want you to know that at the end of the day, if times are hard, don't let the world have to do it. Come straight to me. Feel comfortable. Feel comfortable to bring someone else that may need the same love that you got, no matter what. Or we can always help as a group. Because at the end, like I said, I look for myself in the next 10 years to be an empowering person for somebody that never would have thought their life would ever get to this point.
Mm, it's really
And of
inspiring.
course, you know how I feel, right? You already know how I feel. We, as Black trans women, especially in the South, we have so many jackets on our back that are negative, and I want to remove that. Show the glamour part of you, so you don't have to get those jackets. So many girls have worn those jackets. Don't pick them up. Go forward, learn those life lessons, and leave those behind. So going forward, those jackets are never attached to us again.
Yeah, there's evolution again, as you mentioned, from um, just even like you mentioned, those jackets having those negative connotations. It's a life experience, but I do think that you have been able to show uh, the multitude of who you are as a Black trans woman, and also show the diversity that it comes with. Because I think a lot of times, as someone who works in the HIV field, we not we, but my counterparts look at those jackets and immediately look at the risk, look at what are the things that we can help with. And it's like you can't just think about one level or one representative of the community, because just as Black people, trans people, and queer people are all different. There's no monolith in the community. So tell me this, what inspired you to step into the role as a gay mother, and how has that helped shape your experience?
Uh, what made me step in the role? My gay mother. I mean, it was so overwhelming to think someone who was so knowledgeable and someone, as a lot of people saw, as a fanfare, ask me, approach me, get to know me. What makes me so important that you would take time out of your day to say, oh, this little child, I see something in them. So what made me do it, when I started seeing things in kids that I could see that just needed that little push, that little somebody to just show them just a little attention, to know that someone is paying you attention. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, I have the perfect biological life with a mother. You know how your grandmother is. Let's just say that. But um, it wasn't that I was needing the nurturing. It was just the fact of coming into something new. Because when you come into our community, it is kind of scary because it's a lot of stuff that, especially like you said, someone from a town in Arkansas, someone from Memphis, who have only been in this kind of bubble so long to see all of this. So that's why I think so many people get caught up because it's everything is new and you can touch it. You may have only saw it on TV or secretly heard about it, but now it's right there. So what made me, like I said, Tanisha took me in her wings, showed me, molded me, and I saw how important that was. So when I got of an age to where I wanted to do it, I started looking for the little people that just needed just that little because like I've always said, I didn't need a lot of kids. I did it. I just wanted quality kids. I wanted them to have, like I said, someone in their corner, someone that they know. If I try to do this, I got somebody to explain this to me or can get me some help. And it has been overwhelming. I do now have a lot of kids, as you all say. Um, Especially you a lot of times that I have a lot of them. And but a lot of times it come from you all. You all walk a daily life and you mention my name in so many places till so many people come to me. They come for encouragement because you all are so encouraging. And like I said, my job has been done because anytime I see what you all are doing and people are steady coming and talking about our family, a little family that started in Memphis, Tennessee, and look how it's blossomed. Now you all are everywhere. So, like I said, I feel every day that my job is going well.
I love that. So you've talked about mentorship. What are some of the values that are most important for you to pass on to the next generation?
The most important value that I want all of my kids to continue to know is our strength. Because together, no matter what, if we stay together as a family and keep the same strength that we have now, no one will ever lack. I
Hmm.
want the love, the strength, the encouragement. Uh, like I said, look over in the last 2 years, all my kids have branched out, got successful in different states. No one has been made to, oh, I got to go back home. Look how powerful you all plotting of y'all trees in all these different states, and those trees are growing. So when you take
Hmm.
the next move, you can plant another one and it will steady grow. But that name will be right there, and Memphis will always be part. So you all are taking the Cassadine name across country and doing it in other situations other than clubs or in pageants. We are going full fledged in every aspect of the gay community, and that is the main thing. Please keep this strength that we have and never let it go.
I love that. That's definitely true. The strength that I see in my siblings, it really inspires me a lot of time. And so the wild part about it is our ages range so vastly to where even some of the younger siblings and even nieces and nephews have inspired me in so many ways. So I think, yes, what I will say is kudos to you for being a mother in
Oh,
that
to
realm.
yourself. Just think about it. If you, like you said, your nieces and nephews, no one can pull you apart from them. And just think about some of them. You and your little brother LB. They go to you like me. They probably go to you on me. Like, what? I have to think about it. Like, it's funny. Yesterday we were having a conversation, me and Rod and Jay, and the first thing Jay said, "Well, I go get Eddie." What is Eddie gonna do?
Either gonna
They
ride.
honestly have that bond. It's be so funny that they think that this works. I said, Eddie cannot put me in shady pines yet.
Yes, I can. Shoot. But anyway, so you talked about creating safe and supportive environments. How does that look for you when when we have such a variety of identities and orientations? how does that work with how do you continue to keep up with the time?
Um, oh, now this was a good question. Well, it's a life lesson. I'm a woman of a certain age, so I can say, I'll take you for example. You have made sure that I stay with the times. I had to get used to a lot of the new pronouns, what I can say and what I can't say, because time and age comes with knowledge. No matter how old you are, you can always learn. And the only way to keep abreast of what is going on, you have to always be open to learn. Change is good, you know. And over the past years, I have had to adapt and change, because I've learned, especially from you, that I'm needed. So I got to be there with a listening ear and understand, well, this may not be normal to what I would think, but I had to open my mind. I couldn't stay closed minded. So it was one of those things where, like now, it seems strange. I even got into, over the years, I never thought about having a trans man child. Now here I come. I got plenty of those. Life. You write your life out as what you think, and God laughs. And I understand that now, because what I would have thought, I would have probably had two or three kids. That would have been it. Now I have numerous kids. Kids that did this. Kids that did that. I done had kids transition that I never thought would have transitioned. Then I had kids that I thought would have transitioned, and they didn't. So life laughs at God laughs at what we think in our head. So, like you said, I had to learn to adapt to a whole lot of things and identities and pronouns, and I'm a this and I'm a this, I'm a asexual, I'm a this. So it has been a learning experience. So, like I said, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you can teach an old some new things, because you all have most definitely taught me some things.
I think it's really great that you embraced so well to it was a rough ride. We'll say it was a
Oh,
rough ride getting there. But I think now you understand, not even understand, you already knew what existed in the world. It's just putting a name to some of the things.
like one thing I can say that really shocked me, and I tease her a lot about it, my connection now with a relationship unleashing Gwen.
Yeah, yeah.
And she never lets me forget how I used to talk about this magazine. I don't be part of it. Now she says, see, 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 see. So that's why I say you have to learn, you have to change. People, no matter what you look and see in the mirror, every morning you should tell yourself, I'm needed. You don't may not know what you're needed for or where you are needed, but every day you wake up, you are most definitely needed.
Absolutely. So let's transition a little bit. Let's talk
I
about
already
some of
picked it.
the in the 70s. Um,
I'll get you later.
so let's talk about activism and advocacy. What role does that play in your life as a mother of the Cassadine clan?
I can say it's because I started it, because a lot of people may not know that a lot of things that we do, especially within in the black community, if it comes to trans, it's always specific towards trans women. But what about trans men? Trans men need the same help, mental help, housing, and everything that everyone else needs. So with my advocacy, I said, hey, I got a voice. I am already stable. I got enough people helping me. I can always go. But let me start reaching out to see who can help our trans sons, husbands, fathers, all our people within the community that are trans and they're masculine identifying. So that's why I started T Aware. It's just totally for anyone under the trans umbrella. So you can always get the same assistance from every organization that everyone else is getting. Just like when I came to headliners, I said, wait a minute, you all have so many great things that are for boys. Do say, what about our girls? We need something. Let's do something positive. And just to think, as I always tell Eddie, a conversation that me and him was having in the car, he ran his mouth and made it a big thing. And now we're almost 10 years in. And it's one of the biggest events that headliners still have. And it was one of the first, well, the first trans awards within Memphis, strictly for trans women.
Yeah, absolutely. So what Kyra is talking about is the headliners who's still around after all these years, coming on 10 years strong. The headliners was founded by myself and Andrea, and we actually um we use like community based research is what we use, and so we didn't plan anything without the community. We didn't host anything without community input. And what Kyra's talking about is Trans Girls Rock. So we know that what's the week? Trans is it
Awareness
visible?
Week.
Trans Awareness Week is in
Hmm.
November as well. So Kyra had an idea in a car. And so we talked about it. And I said, that's a good idea. Maybe you should bring that up. And as Kyra did, she didn't say nothing about it. So during the meeting, I was like, Kyra got an idea. And next thing you know, we have Trans Girls Rock.
And every time I tell this story, I still get a little heated. I don't know why. It takes me back to being put on the spot like that. That's why I just get quiet. Certain things get I have to be quiet about. But it's you all that's watching can see, this is how me and Eddie's relationship grew. It is so different. Like I even looked the other day, Ed, and it was so funny. The first video that we made about the first trans girls rock.
Oh,
And look
yeah.
now. I can almost say we started doing the videos in the car. It's just so funny. And now I look and think about people who got awards and over the years, and you see these people who started out as little kids and now they are on TV shows, on reality shows, doing stars hair. You never know what, like I said, that little spunk or seeing that one little tear means to somebody. And to see people over the years who have brought their parents to Trans Girls Rock, their parents come up on stage, take pictures with them. Because I one of my heartfelt things that really let me know that Trans Girls Rock and advocacy was needed was when Willow won. And she said that her and her stepdad had never had, a connection. And that night, you saw the step part go away, and he was simply her dad, and that was like overwhelming for all of us. So, you know, advocacy is important, and I want everyone to know, I would have never thought I would have gotten into it, especially as far as I've gone over this last year. I can say I have stepped in and, and done some things that I never in a million years would have thought I'd been part of.
And I love that. So Tia Ware also recently received some funding.
Yes.
Can you talk about
Uh,
who? We're gonna shout out the
uh,
funder too.
um, thanks to one thing I can say, like I said, my kids always push me to do stuff. Right now I'm doing a research group that will be in December for trans women. Thanks to my daughter Kayla, I got some nice things from her. And we're moving forward. We are discussing a project that she's going to get me some assistance with. So hopefully within the next year we will see something big from Tia Ware. And just know Eddie is a part of it. So we're moving. We're really moving and growing.
On the
Like I said, over
site,
this,
you have the website.
right? I do. I do. Memphis Tia Ware does have a website now. It's up and going. I like I said, over this year I've had so many great things. I was able to go be a trans advisor at Gilead. Um, I am
Flew
part of
across the country.
right. I'm part of the Twilla trans women learning from other women. I'm also am a recipient of the I always get this lady last name wrong. And it's pitiful that I didn't, and I know she'll kill me, so I'm not going to say it yet. But I'm also part of an upcoming program that we'll announce later this year. So, like I said, Tia Ware is on the move. So Eddie is on the move. Relationship Unleashed is on the move because, like I said, without all of these people, it would be no advocacy up under my belt because all of them have instilled and pushed in me to do what I needed to do.
Yeah, I think what you said about I'm needed was kind of like that push that your kids saw in you. Like you were doing, you still are doing some amazing things, right? It's kind of like, well, how can we go from good to great to greater? So I love the work that you're doing. It's amazing to see the growth of Tia Ware from something that you mentioned to me just maybe in happenstance. I knew that you wanted to create Tia Ware, and so that's why I know myself and the Kaylas of the world really wanted to support in that piece because you've been supportive of us for many years. So it was nothing for us to step in and absolutely willing to do whatever it takes for Teaware because as you mentioned, we don't do a lot for the trans masculine community, the gender non-conforming and non-binary folks as well. And I will say that it was you that actually opened that door for headliners to say we need to do more for our trans sisters because we automatically assumed that the trans community felt welcomed and that it was something that they knew that they could come to, but you have to be explicit in the welcome message. And so we weren't always explicit. So thanks to you for that as well. So, Kyra, tell the folks where they can find you, give us the website again, all of that good stuff.
Oh well, I am everywhere. If on all aspects, you can always find me at Kyra Cassadine, Facebook and Instagram. Also, you can look up TiaWareMemphis.org is the official website. We have Tia Memphis on Facebook and Tia Memphis on Instagram.
Yes. So if you're looking for any resources in the Memphis area, Tia Ware's really nationwide, baby. There's plenty of connections across the country. So not just in Arkansas, Tennessee, or Mississippi area, the tri-state area.
If you
Um,
reach out to us within, I'm going to always say because I have never had, I can say within a 24-hour time span, you will get help no matter where you live at.
no matter where you
I
live.
have
So
a sister that's always doing something.
absolutely. One of my faves.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. She asked about you also.
Stop. So, please, if you are looking for more resources on anything related to trans community, and that's
And
not
I will
just
say this, let's not just say trans community. If you need help within our community, we are there. Like I said, we have organizations that can help you across the board. So just don't think trans. If you need any type of help, reach out and we'll find you who you need to speak with.
absolutely. If you want to learn more about the community, learn more about the resources that any of the organizations that Kyra mentioned, please go back and check out those things. Of course, follow Kyra Cassadine on Facebook and all of those other places. And yeah, let us know if you want to be on ESC Speaks. But before we go, Kyra, do you have any parting words for the viewers and listeners?
Watch who you make your children. Because one day they may put you on the spot and you would want to kill them.
Now tell us what you.
But honestly, just know that no matter what happens in life, always use it as a stepping stool. Never use it as a hurdle. Because no matter what, you take a situation, learn from it, grow, and make it blossom. Because without challenges, you would never accomplish anything that you seek your heart out to, okay?
I love that, Kyra. Thank you for being on ESC Speaks.
And I love it, and I'll be back on it once again.
Absolutely. And don't forget, if you are out there and you would like to be on ESC Speaks, hit us up on any of our socials. check out our previous episodes, and stay tuned for our year roundup in December. Again, thank you for listening, watching, and tuning in and engaging with our social media posts. Until next time, we'll say ciao. Say ciao, Kyra.
Much.
The EAC Speaks podcast is partially supported by the Arkansas Department of Health through a grant funded in part by the CDC. All discussion is solely the responsibility of each participant and doesn't necessarily represent the official views of Engaging Arkansas Communities, the Arkansas Department of Health, CDC, or the U.S. government.